forgot the context why I typed ops, 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 ops. So in my head it went ops, 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 ops. I remember the context
Alrighty.
now, but now that's canon.
Yeah. First time I read it, I was like, "What? What does that even mean?" And I was like, I see." All right. Yeah. Everybody's all good to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to the USS Guan Yu, the wonderful Star Trek RPG, TTRPG show here on the USS Guan Yu YouTube channel. I am your wonderful Game Master Tyler, here today, feasting on Monster Energy drinks, not a sponsor. Joined with
Could be if they
four
wanted
of
to
our,
be.
if they, yeah, hey Monster, we will get extreme if you sponsor us. But with four of our five crew members here today, last we left off, the crew of the USS Guan Yu began discovering and looking into the the accident that occurred on board the Orion shuttle, the SS Serenity, having retrieved two Lormian people, one Minister Bekek, and the other is a Lormian adolescent named Oonia. The yeah, after some interrogation from our wonderful Klingon to the Orion survivors of the crash, and a very detailed look at the crash itself to determine what the cause of the warp core breach was. Um, you were given approval to return to Organ 3, the Lormian homeworld, to see if you can render aid or assistance to the population of that planet. Give me just one moment.
A moment of silence for Ensign Woodyard, at home dealing with, I wanted to say an ovarian cyst, but
I, I'm pretty certain he's just over at Disney World.
Yeah, what probably. Sorry about that, everybody. We start off this three-threat game today. On board Deep Space Fortitude, I believe everybody was making their way to the USS Guan Yu with one brief stop from So Grokel to Commander Check to check in with Check, and all making your way to the USS Guan Yu, which has just undergone some refitting. I just want to confirm here. Has the Guan Yu been fully did with all the new stuff that we're putting in?
Yes.
Should be by now.
yep.
Point defense system and our secondary reactors. Wonderful. 16 power and 16 shields in this piece. This will be fun.
Not for you.
For me, you're exactly right.
And our
So-
next one, we're getting a blade of armor.
Okay. I leave it up to you. I think we're going to start the action with Captain Edward. Where's Captain
Yes.
Edwards heading?
Okay.
Where is he heading?
Happily back to his ship to get everything underway. Up to
Okay.
the bridge I go.
Is anybody else? Does anybody else have anything that they would like to do on D6 Fortitude before we take off?
Don't think so.
Well, not that I can think of.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I did want to say this. I don't know that we've had much of an opportunity to do it, but whenever Kestra has had the chance, she has been sending written messages to Sunny. Just even if she's not getting anything back, just like, how are you doing? Miss you here. I hope you're doing well. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's actually take a zoom in to orders. Okay. We head back to. We're gonna cut to Commander Hagen's room. You're on your way out. You just had one or two things to pick up from your office, and you do actually hear an oh my hot bar. Okay, that's fine. Everything's okay. I have my sounds all on a big list here.
I thought you said hot pocket.
Yeah.
Are you on the admin account? It's not the GM Tyler account.
I am on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. You guys should have heard that, right?
We did.
I did.
Okay, cool. I just don't. I have my setup is too difficult to go into at this point, so I'm not even gonna try to explain how I have this all rigged. But okay, well now I can hear it, so that's good.
Was that your time or?
No, that is the hail. You receive a message. What would be your most recent message? Do you think, Tony?
Let's see. What do you think would have been the last opportunity I had to send one?
Probably since you've been sort of on your downtime, you probably would have sent one right away this morning when you woke up, probably.
Okay. So at this point, I do know about my computer.
Yes.
But it would have been just I think she would have properly encrypted it and would have sent it through the proper channels. But it was a message being like, hey, I know that you're coming out here to work on this with us. Here's the information that we have. We're just hoping that you can help us, get this done. We miss you out here. You were important when you're here, and your presence is felt. Your lack of presence is felt. That kind of thing.
Yeah, you've been sending these messages to Sunny since you've been back.
Mm-hmm.
You receive a message that says this.
Oh, goody.
The veil has been pierced. It doesn't come back in like normal sentence script. It comes back in it. You actually have to decrypt it. It comes in weirdly spaced letters. The veil has been pierced. What did you get?
Does that mean anything to me? Does that strike me in any sort of way, or?
You know that the way that Sunny spoke before, she was cryptic sometimes.
Right.
But it was always due to their ignorance about certain things. This feels like a warning to you.
Do I? Oh God, this is a bad idea. Do
Please
I?
tell me it's your bad idea.
Do I sense the presence of the Varank? I think she sees that, and her first thought goes to the veil between worlds, and she's like, "Oh shit," and just kind of like reaches out to get a feel. This is a bad idea.
Tell me the rate. Are you looking? I guess I need to ask a question to determine how difficult this is going to be. Are you looking for in this general vicinity, or are you looking for in general?
I I think she's gonna look for them as far out as she can look for them.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun. Yeah. So
This is a terrible idea, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen watching, you should not do this.
stuff like this happens.
On the other hand,
sometimes.
do it. Give your DM a treat. They deserve it.
Right?
Everything's gonna be totally fine. Sorry, I'm just turning sure that my actually on. Okay. Go ahead and give me presence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me presence command.
Okay.
And I'll let you set your own difficulty.
Does augmented ability come into play here?
That would come into play here, yeah. So you get that extraordinary attribute, getting you one additional success.
Increasing my complication by 1. I think I'm going to set the difficulty... We're at 0 momentum, so I'm going to set the difficulty at 3.
Okay. Presence command, difficulty 3.
I'll give you a threat for... stuff. Would telepathic prowess apply here?
Yes.
Hey!
Okay. You can play, it's okay.
What can... I don't like that anxiety popped up.
It's trying to play. I don't know if it's maybe just not having fun because I'm on this side of it, but
Maybe it's anxious.
yeah, maybe it is
There it
just
goes.
anxious. Oh, it went?
Yep.
There we go. That's perfect. If you don't have your volume up, everybody, please turn your volume up. You close your eyes and reach your senses as far as you can reach.
So it's through the station, out past the station, into the surrounding star system.
Don't sense presence of a Varrock. You do sense you open your eyes and you're back in that sort of ocean environment. Sky, which is normally featureless, light but with no sun. It's overcast. It's darker. You see strange shadows. And the ocean itself is quiet. No waves, no disturbances. That's all you sense.
I open up my dream journal and write down that vision.
Cool. Okay.
That's ominous.
Is there anything else that you wish to do before returning to the ship?
Nope.
Oh, and you do look down and your are completely dry.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting the hang of it.
Progress. This problem solved itself.
It appears that the problem has resolved itself.
Anything else you got?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right. We make our way back to a place that we haven't been in.
The bridge. In a Star Trek game, we haven't been to the bridge in a long time.
Look, we've been busy.
That shit's been going on.
We're all gaggled over in sickbay still. Dead engineering. Alright, I can only move my tokens. I can't delete Nishizumi anymore.
There's Lieutenant Mitchell, so Grakel.
You'll need to trade
Lieutenant.
an upgraded Hagen as well.
Yep. Rated Hagen. Hagen, redshirt Hagen.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Raquel, we have Titan, Jules at the con. And then is Kelly going to be up on the bridge or down in engineer?
Down in engineering.
Okay. So Lieutenant Dune standing guard there. Okay. So you all walk into the bridge. You can smell recently cleaned the carpets. There is fresh paint along these walls here. You can see that somebody has shined your command post, your command little stations up here. And one here. Rokel, you also see that you have a new interface on the bridge system. You have your point defense system. That shows, you can see that they have internal sort of, they have torpedo sensing systems that allow for potentially destroying incoming torpedoes as they come in. For this here.
Little phaser turrets all over the ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
interesting.
we don't really need little phaser turrets all over the ship when we've already got the phaser banks that can do it.
Do the
Let me have my
Klingons,
space guns.
That's fair.
do the Klingons have something similar? Or
Nope.
probably not. Okay.
This would be new to you. This, and for everybody, this is the bleeding edge. Like, that is warships.
Yeah, we're a
warships on the
prototype
front.
of a prototype.
Yeah, warships on the front don't have this. This isn't something that's standard. This is something that Starfleet, in coordination with the Corps of Engineers, this is a testing sort of for this round, because they also need this. Ship is a prototype, so its systems are rather modular when it comes to forms of.
So, Captain, do we warn him about the replicators, or do we just let him find out on his own?
He knows about the replicators.
Okay.
Specifically my replicators. He'll be fine. Edwards to Kelly.
Kelly here, what's up, Captain?
Let me know when we're ready to get underway. I'd like to push it at as fast as we can go, but I know you just got an overhaul, so maybe you want to stretch your legs a bit before we hit it.
Well, good news, Captain. We're ready to go.
Okay. Lieutenant Mitchell.
Captain,
What?
You're missing one thing: your announcement to the crew.
I can pull us away while we do it.
Okay.
Lieutenant Mitchell, take us to a safe distance from the station and lay in a course for Organ 3. Warp 9.975.
Captain Max Warp.
All hands, this is the captain. We are heading back to Organ 3 to see if we can assist the Lormian people in either evacuations or to save their planet. It's been a while since we've been there. Actually, longer than we feel. But I feel like we can do some good out there. So, without further ado, let's take this new Guan Yu out. Lieutenant Mitchell, send it.
And the USS Guan Yu jumps into subspace. And immediately, Commander Kelly, do me a favor.
Oh,
Roll me a percentile dice.
all right,
While
here
he's
we go.
doing that, quick question: Does
You cut out there, buddy.
the question? Yes. Does the extra reactors? Can we feel that amount of power? Like, sometimes when you have that much power flowing through a ship, the deck plates hum a little. Is that there, or do they do a pretty good job of seamlessly melding it in?
Please don't insult my engineering crew again.
When you step, and all of you would have felt this, when you stepped on board as the ship was coming up, and as the ship was launching with its thrusters, you felt a very momentary, hear a small, tiny little whine, the woo of the upgraded power banks feeding into the systems. The ship's rates actually brighten by 5 or 6%, and your chair does shake ever so slightly, and then it seems like the inertial dampeners fade.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
What'd you roll there, Kelly?
It was so close to being nice.
Yes, it certainly was. All right. Yeah, the warp core appears to be working normally.
Well, that's good.
Didn't we harden our ship against that kind of stuff?
What kind of stuff?
Weird stuff happening to the warp core because of the subspace anomalies?
Yeah. We have +3 resistance to the unknown Lormian energy field.
Yeah. Which we are not yet encountering.
Okay. So, we are at max warp, so I believe with the distance that we are...
It's going to take about a day.
Yeah, so it's going to be about 22 hours. Now, as the bridge sort of, as the ship goes to warp, in that time, around the first 10 hours, your shift sort of goes by. Is anybody doing anything fun?
Actually, I would like to do something with the security.
Okay, yeah.
Because he has not been introduced to his new security team that he's apparently now in charge of.
Yep. I was going to recommend that. Commander Hagen, would you take Sogrokal down to his new section and introduce everyone?
Certainly, sir. Soak, with me. She gets up and walks over to the harbor lift.
On his way there, can he read up on a pad on like the status of the security department? Their the things they have,
certifications, qualifications, that kind of thing.
Yeah, basically. So just that way he gets all briefed up.
Okay. Yeah, give me just one moment here.
Successes, failures, all that jazz.
Yeah, go ahead and give me. I can say this as you're sort of manning your station. You're sort of flipping through these since you don't have anything to do as of right now. Go ahead and give me. Get that information and to study that information. go ahead and give me a roll. That roll will be, I'll give you reason security. I'll say difficulty of 2. I will allow your Starfleet protocol focus.
Okay, I was about to say that. All right.
Oh, Rokel's House of Martok? I didn't know that. That's cool.
I need to change that. We were gonna do that originally, but I decided not to do that. But
You know what? I'm actually totally fine with it.
oh, okay. So yeah, he's House Morthog.
Yeah, it's a very big house.
All right. So anyway, it was difficulty
Difficulty 2.
2. Okay. I'll give you 1 threat for my bold. And
1
I
threat for
will
bold.
go
Aye.
ahead and roll.
Oh, hey!
I'll go ahead and re-roll the 13. That's the failure, right?
Yep.
I'll go ahead and re-roll that 13.
It was meant to be.
Hello.
It indeed was, in fact, meant to be.
What was the difficulty on that?
No momentum generated on that one. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes.
Yeah, I was trying to generate some momentum with that re-roll. Oh well.
Yeah, so in terms of your department, thank you, Kyle. Shit, I was doing the exact same thing. So, did it for yeah. Do you always have up whenever you're doing anything?
Always.
That's awesome.
It helps that I also made them all, so I can get to them faster than you.
Yeah, for sure. So. Yeah.
The crew distribution list that we haven't touched since like a year.
Yeah. So you know your department, you know that you have 6 sort of quote unquote officers assist you in running the security department, and you have 30 or so 5 including yourself, thank you. You little shit. And then 30 or so enlisted people that take on junior roles, doing simple stuff, weapons fixes, things like that. What other information are you looking for?
Also would like to look at experience in combat, of course, because he's Klingon. He's going to look at the battle stuff. How well they perform themselves in glorious combat.
Yep. So you see that you have a decent sort of a the one person that's directly under you who takes over when you're going on away missions and things is a Lieutenant Davis. Lieutenant Davis is he's fairly seasoned. He's about the same age, maybe a couple of years older than Captain Edwards. He was transferred in the interim in the 2 weeks that the ship was docked. Appears to have some remarks. He was transferred from the front. His record is rather light on details, but you know that he was transferred from the front of the Dominion War. He participated in several engagements with the Dominion, some of them failures, some of them successful. You know that he has a couple of different commendations and training certifications on hand-to-hand combat and things of that nature. The rest of your officer contingent is fairly unexperienced. You have a couple of ensigns. You have a couple of petty officers. You have 2 ensigns, 2 chief petty officers, 1 one normal petty officer, like a petty officer first class.
And they're
In terms of their combat experience, it appears that the majority of their stuff is simulated. These guys haven't really seen a lot of in-person combat outside of like normal ship and station security stuff.
oh, perfect. So we have
And
like,
this would be because our regular security detachment was rotated out.
Yes.
heck. Well, regardless though, yeah, so we have basically a team full of noobs in our security department, except minus one guy. Awesome. Awesome. This is gonna be fun then.
Okay.
Raquel was just gonna look at that and just think to himself that he has a lot of work to do with the rest of them.
Question. Has Hagen met Davis?
Hagen has not met Dave.
Okay, I think at this that's interesting. I think that at this point Hagen is also going through her pad reading up, same time Raquel is, because these are all new people.
Yeah. You have not met a lot of the new security personnel. Some of the enlisted people that you see names that you recognize, but a lot of the people who got experience out here with some of the stuff that you've been dealing with, they're needed on the front. So you got rotated out. You got some newer people who are either fresh from the academy or have been in enlisted positions that some more they wanted a change of pace or other reasons like that, but yeah, pretty new.
Well, so Raquel, we are going to be counting on you to build these new officers, if you can call them that, these new officers into a effective security force. I trust that you'll be up to the task.
I have a lot of work to do, but rest assured, the rest of them will be in shape. They'll be in battle ready.
I'll hold you to that, sir.
All right, are you going to go down and meet them, or what?
Yes.
What would you like to?
Absolutely.
Cool. Give me one moment. Let me set up a scene. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Just one moment.
You said the other guy was Davis?
Lieutenant Davis.
Davis. Okay. Is he human or
he appears to be mostly human. He has a slight edge of Vulcan.
Oh, okay, so like
He has slightly pointy ears, but other than that, he's human.
So kind of like Sorrel or Sorrel?
Sorrel is fully Vulcan, actually.
Oh, I thought he was half human for some reason.
You're thinking of the Admiral.
Oh,
His grandfather is Vulcan.
All right, so does he look somewhat similar in terms of the mix of the two? Like,
well, you're about to find out, my good man. One moment.
About to learn.
God damn it.
Oh, we have one of these. This little mess hall.
Yeah.
Yeah! You guys never go there. You actually have 3 mess halls.
How do you have 3 lounges?
How long have we had 3 mess halls?
Forever and ever.
I mean, most ships would have 2, right?
It just simply
actively suppresses knowledge about the third one. She likes to have somewhere quiet she can go.
Yeah, so there's an officer's mess and 2 junior officers.
Officers, junior officers, and then enlisted.
That's my dining room. Which some
So
space room would turn
everyone
into a
here
kitchen if you
was
look at him weirdly.
being here.
Oh, yeah, we'll say about half an hour later, you send out a call for your new security officers to come in and meet you in a mess hall. You guys walk in. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You walk in and immediately you see a few faces. This guy right here is you see gray hair sort of creeping across his. He is sort of black, salt and pepper. Stands up, says, "Officer on deck." Stands up.
At ease.
And they all go to parade rest. Lieutenant Davis is standing directly in front of everybody, and he says, "Commander Hagen, is it Lieutenant Rokel?"
Sog Rokel.
Ah, yes, Rokel.
Sog Rokel will be your new chief of security for the foreseeable future. I expect you to follow his orders as if they were mine. Understood?
Absolutely, Commander. To meet you, and he holds out a hand to you.
He takes it. He takes it. He gives them a nice grip.
Okay. Matches sort of your firm grip and looks at you in the eyes. Says,
Like, not enough to, like, break his arm, of course, because Klingons are much stronger than humans, but not
"Hey,
just...
yeah, didn't need to know that. I was. If you wanted to break his arm, I'm sure you would tell me." So you guys shake hands, and he says, "Right, introductions. This is behind me are two ensigns, ensigns Varel and Ensign Boral. You see a Vulcan female, very, very slim, standing rather tall as well. She's about 6'1", 6'2". She says, "Grokel, it is nice to meet you." Baral is a Bolian. The Bolian, blue skin, sort of stripes, a very young face. Says, I mirror that as well. I'm very excited to see to serve under a Klingon. It's something I've always wanted to experience. Not that it would be any different if you were anything else.
Ensign? Brief.
Would it be better if I were in a Starfleet uniform?
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to comment on what you wear, as long as you don't comment on what I wear, if you know what I mean. He laughs too long.
He just looks at him. It's just gives him a stern look.
Hagen at this point is kind of like doing that Picard forehead rub. You know the one? Just the
just the face palm.
Yeah, the 2 fingers on the forehead, just kind of circling. Just well, so Grokel, your men, so Grokel, I'm going back to the bridge. Good luck. And I tap his shoulder as I walk out.
Right. Okay. Looks like I have a lot of work to do here. All right. First off, it is a pleasure to meet you all. And first off, and the second thing is that we're gonna have to go through a lot of combat drills because you guys have zero experience, if I'm not mistaken. And GM, real quick, how well had they performed in those combat drills? Do they do well, at least?
In their combat drills, like while they're going through training?
Yeah.
You know that Lieutenant Davis, he has really good phaser scores and exceptional hand-to-hand combat skills. Ensign Terrell has a decent shot and also fluent in Vulcan martial arts. The Bullion has this factory of both. Slightly above average, but right home about. The two other, there's a chief petty officer who looks older than Lieutenant Davis, a black human male, sort of dusty gray hair, still within regulation. He appears to have been serving since the since the beginning of the first Cardassian war with the Federation. He's pretty old.
So did he fight in that? Did I
Yeah.
read up on his stuff? Okay. So you did not tell me that part though. All right.
Right. Chief Petty Officer Johnson. He was deep in the Cardassian conflict. He led people into battle. He appears experienced. You can see his recent scores. His phaser aim stats have been dropping from what they were, which were stellar, to around where our Bullion friend is. Same thing with hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
And then you have Petty Officer First Class Jessica Sullivan. Sullivan appears to be above average for sure in both.
All right. So there is some qualities. There's some qualities here. All right. Some of them are not too. Some of them are like just barely making the mark, and then everyone else seems to be decent overall. So I take that back. I take back what I said earlier. Okay, because I did not know that part. So I'm handling it somewhat of a decent
Decent but unexperienced.
Yeah.
For some of them.
The least trained Starfleet officer is still better trained than most of any other military.
Oh, yeah, by far. All right. He is going to look at the chief, and we'll say, "You are." Wait, what is his name again? Chief.
Chief Petty Officer William Johnson.
You must be Chief Petty Officer Johnson. Is that correct?
That's me.
You were in the Cardassian War, right?
If that's what my file says.
Right, of course. I wanted to. It is perhaps it's good to have your intake on things, because apparently for everyone else here, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are not very experienced.
Lieutenant Davis stands forward and says, "Sir, would it be possible if I could speak to you after this privately?"
Lieutenant Davis?
Yeah, he steps forward and says that.
Oh, Davis is here?
Yeah.
I thought
I thought the whole time.
I thought you were somewhere else.
I know it was the player that was excited, but I love the idea of Rokel. Oh, Davis is here, dude! It's been forever.
Rokel's like, dude.
So let me just go over everybody that's here.
Yeah, sure.
One more time, just to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Right.
Lieutenant Davis.
Okay.
The Vulcan ensign. The Bullion ensign. You got Chief Petty Officer William Johnson and Petty Officer First Class Jessica Sullivan.
Okay. All right then. Davis, he kind of like shakes out. He gives up to a handshake to him. Okay. You must be Lieutenant Davis. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I We were just introduced.
Right. He sticks out his hand for a handshake.
He shakes it.
We'll be working. We'll be working together a bit. So it'd be good to actually get to know you. All right. As for the rest of you, we have qualities, and we also have some negatives. What I was reading up on your files. The qualities here is that we have some experience here, and we have some qualities of making the mark. I would like, however, for okay, I'm sorry again. It was the bullion who's barely making the mark for the phasers, right?
So I said that the Boolean was above average.
Oh,
So, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give me. I'm gonna ask you to roll. Go ahead and give me another reason command check. Difficulty, I'll say of 1.
okay.
Yep.
Start with protocols.
For sure. Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot of people to keep track of. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, it was more probably supposed to be
I
like flavor
failed
text.
miserably. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll let you succeed at cost.
Sure, good.
Okay. So every single person in front of you is qualified to be here. Number 1.
Okay.
That
All right, then.
these aren't terrible officers who are poorly trained or anything.
Okay.
All 5 of these people have, at the very least, a full Starfleet Academy's route underneath their belt. For the enlisted
Perfect.
people, they've been in Starfleet for 10 years or more.
All right then. So, and
Uh,
how good are they for Klingons, like in comparison to a Klingon security team? Your average Klingon security team.
your average Klingon security team, I
Yeah.
would say, if it's 5 of these if it's these people against 5 Klingons, it would be a pretty damn good fight. Probably with the practical knowledge of Petty Officer Johnson and Lieutenant Davis, would probably come on top.
All right. All right. Then. So we have a pretty. So we have overall above average team. Awesome. All right then, and they're equal to an average Klingon team, security team. All right then. We have an above average team, is what I'm overall reading about. And that is great. However, I would like to see all of you to do better. Okay. If an average KDF security team were to go up against all of you, it would be a pretty even fight. I want you guys to be at a skill where you'll be able to easily beat them if put up in a fight. This is only hypothetically speaking, of course. So I'll be running in. Some exercises, and I would like to see all of you guys and I would like to see all of you guys do all of them in them. But I have to say, I'm actually quite impressed. Okay? Before I came on board this ship, I was thinking I might be handling a lesser experienced team, but it looks like all of you guys are above the average, and I'm actually very much impressed.
Lieutenant, yeah, go ahead and give me. I'm gonna ask for one more roll. Go ahead and give me I'll give you another presence security roll for your maiden speech to your security staff. Go ahead and give it to me at difficulty 2.
Will Starfleet protocols come in play?
I will allow Starfleet. Yeah.
Is yes, okay. And difficulty 2, I'll give you 1 threat for the bold. See if I
Okay.
can't generate any momentum out of this.
Yep. Present security.
Oh shoot! Wait. Did I roll the right number of dice?
Yes, you did.
Again, all right, and I'm gonna re-roll that complication. Awesome.
Sweet. One momentum generated. They all. You see that Lieutenant Davis nods his head to the 2 ensigns, and he looks up and says, "Sir, we're looking forward to learning under you. I've never served with any Klingons, and certainly a lot of experience with fighting Klingons, but I'm eager to learn what you have to teach us." And he smiles.
He nods. He nods. And he will then well, we're all in a mess hall, right?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. So he's gonna go over to the replicator. Ask everyone what everyone wants. Drinks are on him.
Cool. They all they give you their orders. They all smile as they give them their orders. Replicator comes up.
You fool.
And in front of you, you see that their drink orders are perfectly created for you. Some of them are hot, some of them, but that's how they ordered them. They all sort of gather around you, and you all drink to the founding of a brand new team. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to do with your security team?
After this little pep talk, he will run some drills with them, so we can get our team all set and prepped and ready to go.
All right. Give me some more about these drills. What kind of drills do you want them to run?
All right. So one drill we will do, because since we are at war with the Dominion, so we'll do a few drills. But they're going to be all towards fighting the Dominion as like a potential enemy, because they are the enemy currently in this war. And what we're going to be doing is, since we're going over to a planet, it is possible we might see some ground combat. Okay. So I want to run 2 drills. Well, 2 different types of drills. One geared towards boarding, the other one geared towards planetary, like defending an away team or something like that, or like, the away team has taken casualties. Okay, you need to try to defend the wounded, basically, right? And try to make sure the away team is able to be evac'd safely, something otherwise, And for the boarding, it's defending the ship, of course.
Okay. Yeah. You you go ahead and organize these drills for your crew. Go ahead and you are running these drills. Please give me. This will be another present security drill. I'll say since you're getting a couple of different scenarios thrown in, slightly more than standard complexity with the additional enemy variety and other. For that, go ahead and give me a presence security roll. This is going to be difficulty. This will be assisted actually by the ship's holographic systems.
Will
Terms.
Lieutenant Davis assist? Because he is, like, technically my second here.
That depends. Are you having Lieutenant Davis do these drills along with everybody else, or are you going to be administering the drills yourself?
I'm going to be having him with me on running the drills because he has a lot of experience under his belt.
Cool.
All right, and he has plenty of experience in fighting the Dominion. We can use some of his expertise on setting up some of these Dominion scenarios.
All right. So this will be present security. I'll say Diff 4, assisted by Lieutenant Davis's present security. And the ship's computers security.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. I will be right back.
Ship.
Well, I was going to ask if Starfleet protocols would come into play. Probably not.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah. No. All right. So we'll go ahead and it was difficulty 4. All right, then I'm gonna have to give him a value. Then I'm gonna have to spend a value on this one.
It's just drills, buddy. Don't waste the value.
No. All right then. We'll just go ahead and give him threat for 4 dice.
Yep.
That's how much do I like 3 threat?
It's going to be 3 threat for that.
Yeah. All right. And I'll go give you that 3 threat and roll.
And assisted by Lieutenant Davies, who doesn't have a character sheet yet. But either way, you got the 4.
Well, let's see if we can generate any momentum with this assist, though.
Did I drop out?
No, we all got real
Nope.
quiet there for a second.
Yeah,
Because we're all
we're just
consummate professionals.
waiting for Davis to pop out, pop into
How does it know where I
reality.
am? In Louisiana right now, it has a wet bulb temperature of 94 degrees, which means the heat index is somewhere around 140. It's just too hot.
Everybody, sorry about that.
Yesterday it was 107.
Okay.
We got Guan Yu's assist roll.
That is a success.
Davis.
So that is 1 momentum generated on that.
Oh, cool.
So, you spend the next couple of hours doing these drills. The first one you see is the repelling of a boarding action from a Dominion warship. The ship is rendered, is disabled, can't move. You see, you and Lieutenant Davis sort of sit in an observer position in the holodeck, actually playing as the thing, sort of controlling the computer systems that are behind the UI that is the Dominion side. You see that they are able to hold out for a very, very long time. This simulation, sort of, you go until you fail. You see that your team performs admirably, and they actually, it appears that throughout the course of this drill, find where each other's strengths are. You can see that Chief Petty Officer Johnson, the other petty officer, they both hang back and have long sort of phaser rifles that they're off of. You see that the Vulcan ensign is getting up close and personal with a Vulcan knife that she appears to be using, and the Bolian ensign also is sort of floating between the two, assisting where he needs to assist, and it appears to work rather effectively. In terms of ground combat, you select a world that's similar to what the computer says is Oregon 3. Very hot, jungle-like environment. They seem to be bogged down by sort of the environment. They get caught in some jungle thickets, and then they are ambushed. The ambush, see actually the Bolian ensign and the petty officer first class, they both get shot by simulated phaser fire and get taken out of the simulation, and the remaining people hold off the ambush and are able to render aid while they are being evacuated. It appears to be a bang-up job.
All right. Well, so um, sounds like the terrain was kind of like the problem for them.
It's pretty difficult terrain, but yeah, they got bogged down in sort of the thick jungle thicket. They had to sort of get through it to get to the simulated objective, and they walked sort of unknowingly into a setup, like guerrilla style ambush. People coming from all sides. The away team survived with injuries, but they were able to be evacuated.
All right then.
Lieutenant Davis looks over at you and says, "Well, considered it would have gotten a lot worse."
Indeed, could have gone a lot worse. But I would say I'm actually quite impressed. I think they did very well overall, with all things considered. But we could probably home in well, they can probably home into some of their skill sets. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think they pick their right skill set for the moment. It's a difference between a thick sort of environment versus the corridor of a starship, and I think they adapted well. Their their phaser stats could be better, but I think they ended up getting well. I hope you learned everything that you need to learn.
Yeah.
Your new security team.
Yes, I think I understand a little bit more of this security team is like, and we'll have to in the future we'll have to run a few more phaser drills, but that's in the future. For now, I'd say they earn a they earn a break.
You see that the simulation falls, and they're all sweating. They were just sprinting through a jungle. See that they each grab some water that they brought with them, began drinking it, and they're sort of talking amongst themselves. Lieutenant Davis looks over at you, Raquel, and says, can I give you a nickel's worth of advice?
It's a hard question.
Raquel.
Oh, I said yes. Go ahead. That's what I said.
Oh, yeah, I just didn't hear it.
Yeah.
The difference between non-security forces and the Starfleet security forces isn't competence. They're both competent in their own way. The difference is the culture in which we build people up. So, when you go over there in a moment to tell them how they did, I would recommend starting with the positive and mention a couple of things to work on, just like you did for me, and then schedule the things that they need to work on. That's what I would recommend, sir.
I will take on your advice. Thank you. I'll be honest with you. This is my first time running stuff with an entire Starfleet team rather than with Klingons. So, I do appreciate any patience you might have.
To speak freely, when I heard that I would be serving underneath the Klingon, I was apprehensive, as I'm sure everybody else out there is. But with time, you will see that Starfleet has a way of doing things that's worked for a reason. I'm not saying that to disregard your Klingon training, because it's obviously gotten you to the point where you can lead a Starfleet team. You're going to help us learn from you. We're also going to help you learn a little bit. Give and take.
We'll see. But I will take your advice. Thank you.
Sure. Lieutenant Davis says, all right, team. Great job. Did you want to any final words before they hit the showers?
Okay. Out of character, I do need to step out real quick to grab dinner. He'll just follow the lieutenant's advice. Start off with the positives. Tell him how well you did and all that jazz.
Okay.
Stuff like that, basically. I do need to go.
Okay. Davis smiles at you, and we'll end the scene with the tired but seemingly mollified security officers as they leave. So, on our way there as well, let's go to Captain Edwards. You probably want to tour your ship, don't you?
Yeah, as soon as Kestra gets back to the bridge and I can hand it off. I'm also going to remind Sarah that she needs to make sure she's ready to do a landing if required. It's been a while.
Hagen, you walk on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Know that it's now your command shift coming up.
Alrighty. Hagen goes and sits down in the chair.
Hey, Kestra. Have a good
Yes,
have a good
Captain?
morning. Just saying hi as we change shares.
Understood. Have a good morning, Captain. And, please try to get a little bit more rest if you can.
Yeah, of course. I'll be heading mostly straight to my room.
See Lieutenant Mitchell perks up. Captain, I'm getting something from the proximity sensors. I'm getting some readings that I don't understand.
What do you got? And he'll walk over and take a look.
We seem to be...
You didn't pull us over the bridge, by the way.
Shoot. Sorry. Everybody there?
Yep.
Yes. Well, sir, it looks like we're coming up on some sort of turbulence in subspace. I'm not sure. Do you want me to stay at warp, or go through it, or?
Well, we were expecting this. Drop down. We'll take a quick scan before we hit it. Before we carry on.
Okay. Ship. Whoa. Normally push the button. Well, actually. The ship. You feel the nacelles come back up into their sublet positions. Alright.
Would you please scan?
Yes, Commander.
That was a pretty good Woodyard.
Hey, thanks.
You could
That was
barely
pretty good.
tell he had the foot in the mouth.
All right, scan coming up. So this will be reason. You else can roll on Titan's sheet, but this will be reason.
No one else can.
Okay, I will roll. Reason science. The roll is actually going to be a D3. Reason science.
Go ahead and buy with threat.
Okay.
And we're scanning subspace, so I think quantum mechanics would apply.
Sounds good.
Or sensor operations.
Yeah, both. Boop.
Ooh.
Should be
Reroll that
ship and
19.
reroll the 19.
Hey, there we go.
All right, that's 3.
And what's the ship?
Ship assist is going to be sensor science. Absolutely. That'll be 1 momentum generated. Sir, it seems like subspace has some sort of pockets of energy that are coming through subspace, coming into normal space. You should be able to pass through it, but it would be rather bumpy sailing for now. I recommend. I mean, we need to get to Oregon as soon as possible. I would recommend going at warp, but not at max warp.
Ooh, big noise.
Oh, am I good?
I have no idea where that's coming from.
No idea where it's coming from.
There it goes. There was just some ambient background noise that's causing. Anyway, yeah, cool. All right, so that's our one obtain information, the original. Okay.
Yep.
Ensign, are they trackable in any way? Can we probably plot through and around them just to make life easier for engineering? That should be his free obtain information from being the science officer.
Ensign Woodyard communicates to you and actually shows you a map of the surrounding region. Now that we pull to the map section. Guys are just about halfway there. You see on the screen, you're right at the edge of what seems to be this distortion field. You see, he sort of goes in with your very advanced sensor suite. There are pockets of subspace energy that's folding in and out of subspace at random intervals, random times, random velocities. And you see, actually, and I'll give this to you for Captain, this appears to be emanating from the system that we're going to.
Yeah, we were expecting this. Now we actually get some proper readings, though. Out of character, Advanced Sensor Suite would have dropped the difficulty down by 1. Was that included when you said diff 3?
You get additional momentum.
Okay, cool. Alright. Well, can't really plot random. So, we'll drop our warp speed. I'd rather get there in one piece than get there quickly in many pieces.
So,
Crew, this is the captain. We're going to be hitting some bumpy skies for a bit. No need to be worried, but we're going to yellow alert just to keep everyone on edge. Computer, yellow alert. Lieutenant Mitchell, warp 5.
Warp 5, aye. Yellow alert. Warp 5 is called. As the ship goes to... Yes, I clicked the long one. Some of them are long and some of them are short.
Oh, they're just red, yellow, blue alerts. Just probably on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the warp.
No.
The
I
warp
know, yeah, I know this is short and a long.
It does go for a very long time. Yeah, so let's head back to here. Lieutenant Mitchell is going to need to make a roll here. Not to the bridge. Not to the brig. The bridge.
That was so season 4.
The entirety. So for here, go ahead and who would like to roll on Lieutenant Mitchell's sheet? This would be considered, I believe, an activation for her.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Let me just get to the lower deckers here.
We talked about giving her something, and it's going to be in our chats.
Yes.
I'll find it.
Let me...
Oh, if I type the word Mitchell into the search, it's not going to be very helpful.
Let's try Sarah.
Oh, there it is. Constant presence.
Constant presence would, what that does.
Your regular picture of away missions and other important work, relied upon by the senior staff for your expertise and judgment. Introducing the supporting character in subsequent adventures no longer costs crew support, and the supporting character gains 1 determination the first time they are used in an adventure. Supporting character only must have at least 2 values and at least 2 other talents.
She's not eligible yet, so we need those values. So if I jump to that, bet we have some values ready.
Okay, you're going to give her a value?
Yes, we will give her a value.
Okay. Lieutenant Mitchell is going to need to make roll here.
Could starship piloting be a value?
Like con systems, yeah. Like helm ops, helm operations.
Oh no, not a focus, a value. We're at her max focus.
Oh, value. What should the value be?
I'll take care of it. You
Okay.
do the rest of the thing.
So she's going to make a roll. This is going to be a rather simple roll, but there's going to be some more mechanics after. This is just making sure that we can enter the field. Go ahead and give
Control
me.
con?
This is going to be. Actually, no. This is going to be daring con for her.
It's not too much worse.
This is going to be daring con, and it's going to be difficulty of 3, and it's going to be assisted by the ship's structure con.
You know her best, so see if that flies.
Let me
Structure con.
take a look here. Daring con, would evasive count as a focus?
Evasive would count as a focus, yes.
Okay. She has bold con, so let's spend a threat to get a dice.
Okay. Any threat?
And what's the difficulty on this?
This will be difficulty 3.
Fuck it, we ball.
Right. And the ship assist?
Yes.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. You are capped out at momentum. So, the here's play across the Elcars once again, diving in immediately soon as you go to warp and begin past the threshold of the distortion field. The inertial dampeners have a tough time compensating. However, Mitchell is able to help with that by flying in a way that's avoiding bumps as much as she possibly can. You're seeing on the sensor field that these areas of distortion they appear truly out of nowhere. You see particulate matter that would be normally coming across your screen like during the warp process. You actually see that those particulates being perturbed by these bubbles coming up out of subspace, and you see that they actually have mass. They actually do have some sort of gravity attached to them as well. Mitchell is like, okay, getting a little hairy, and it's getting thicker as I start going through. We have about, at this speed, we're gonna have about 6 hours of this. It's gonna take my full focus. She turns around and looks. And you continue moving. So, now, here's what I'm gonna need from you guys. I am going to need you to pick one person. For each hour that you have remaining, I would like you to roll a challenge dice, please. It's going to be like this. The first 2 hours, it's just going to be the one challenge die. For the second set of 2 hours, it's going to be 2 challenge die. For the third set of 2 hours, it's going to be 3 challenge die. You do not want effects.
Oh, you sick bastard. Okay. Okay.
So, pick who you'd like to do this.
I normally do, and it never ends well. I'm willing to.
I can do the first one, at least. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Now, I will allow you to spend momentum to re-roll some of these. And not add to threat. All these. So, each die, I'm going to ask for a momentum. Re-roll.
Understood.
Now, your first hour, please roll a challenge die. Okay.
Are we okay?
The ship takes. I'm assuming you're going in this with shields up.
Yes.
Okay. The ship takes 2 shield damage. And this bypasses resistance. The reason for that being is that it's not that you're hitting stuff, it's that your shield barrier is being constantly interrupted by these bubbles from subspace.
Understood. Can we do the restore shields task? Not right now, but
you would need to drop out of warp in order to do that. In which case,
Why?
because he says so.
Yeah, yeah, Kelly, because I say so. GMT out. How about this? If it'll make it feel better, I will allow you to spend momentum to do that.
Okay. Not right at this moment, because I think we're okay for now. We've got 16 shields. Just, for the future.
What? Is now to be clear again. So we have 6 hours in total.
That would have been hour 2.
At hour 2. Hour 1 we got 2 damage. Hour 2. Got, take another 2 points of shield damage.
Already done.
So wait, I thought we were rolling every 2 hours. Are we rolling every hour?
Hour.
Ooh, wow.
Now,
Okay.
I have a question, mechanically.
Yeah.
We spend the momentum to regenerate shields. Does that momentum go towards the momentum repeatable spend for regenerate shields?
So it costs 1 momentum to do the task. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know,
So-
but I could try.
All right. So now I roll 3 dice.
Now you roll 3 dice. Does anybody else like a turn? Let's have Kyle do one.
Oh, that's never good for anybody. Incoming effect.
Hey.
2 shield damage. Rokel. Actually, they might not be back yet. Ellie.
Okay.
Engineering's
Working
just been
out, guys.
enjoying the ride.
Got this.
Yeah, we chillin'. How many am I rolling?
4, please.
Oh dear.
You've got this.
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh. Reroll that effect. And
Oh,
One
God
die
damn
to
it.
roll.
The dice skins didn't load, so it looked like I rolled all blanks.
Yeah, I know.
Really did.
How lame. Okay, yes, I will definitely re-roll that one. Because,
so is it
yeah.
1 momentum per dice?
1 momentum per dice.
So yeah,
Perfect.
That
re-rolling
is
1.
so unfair.
What do you mean it's so unfair? Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jesus
This-
Christ.
You hear an alarm bell start to ring. And
I'm definitely
that
not
is-
up to you right now.
since that is 6 shield damage, take 1 breach. So, who wants to roll on the breach table?
I will. What do I need to roll?
Just 1d20. Alright, there is a handy dandy little journal entry probably for this. Just
Yes,
one
it
moment.
is number 12.
What'd you roll? 5?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those are for enemy breaches.
There should be a table there for your d20 roll.
Yeah, I just said I only have the enemy stuff in the references.
Oh, okay. Well, let me pull that up. Just one moment. I have to go to my drive. Apologies, everybody. I had this prepared. I can hear Kelly absolutely
All right, here we
seething
go.
right now.
System hit table. 3 to 6 is engines.
Okay. You take an engine's breach.
No, we don't. Because I'm gonna spend a thing to do a thing. Let me get the exact word I'm doing. Is it okay if I spend 2 momentum, guys?
Yes, by all means.
Yeah, I spend 2 momentum and use the Karagite Order of Heroism to avoid that breach.
Okay. Sounds good.
Edwards Engineering.
As alarm bells ring across the ship, Mitchell's like, "I'm sorry. There's a lot of them now."
Edwards to Kelly. Need shields up here.
Doing what I can, sir.
Regenerate shields.
Yes, I would quite like to do that, please.
Alrighty.
Spend a momentum. We're down to 2. So if we
Go
roll
ahead.
more than 2 effects, we're fucked.
But Kelly is our
ahead.
great momentum generator.
Yeah, I would like to take the regenerate shields task.
Alrighty. One little
Let's-
thing to institute some tension. Institute some tension. So there's an internal systems. The regenerate shield task. That will be control engineering. Yeah. What happened?
Carry on. We'll save that for later.
Okay.
Regenerate shields. Control engineering. Difficulty 1. Assisted by the ship's structure engineering.
Okay, I
Spend it all.
would emergency repairs work as a focus?
It certainly would.
Huzzah! Okay, so I am going to give you a threat for a dice.
Oh god.
And then I am going to Should I go for the 4th dice with threat or momentum?
Do it with
Go
threat.
with threat
Why-
because we need to spend the momentum on the shield. And
Okay,
one could argue that this is a direct order or a direct task.
so that is 2 more threat.
I will let Edwards assist.
Could I assist?
It was Edwards who gave the order.
Okay.
Presence command for your assist.
Do not
Okay,
think this, and I'm not
that's-
even gonna try to argue.
That's 4 dice. I'll go with it.
Control engineering.
Hey!
There's so many dice being thrown.
Reroll the chips.
That's
Oh
on me.
no!
All right,
You
so
can
that
reroll
is
one of yours for risk it. Not worth the risk.
Uh,
Not worth.
given that we have 5 successes, I don't think it's
Yeah.
worth the risk.
What was the difficulty?
1. So you generate 5. You have a full mit plus 1 float.
I
we
think
spend
we are
2
going to
to
spend
avoid-
2 to quash.
Yeah,
yeah.
No fun for you, GM.
Okay.
The
Because we
GM's
know-
got 23 threat. If the GM wants fun, the GM's gonna get some fun.
Hey,
I think I'm.
don't let him know that.
Hey, we still got 2 more hours to roll.
Yeah, we do.
So I believe you generate 2 out of on success.
Yep, 2 on success. So that brings us up to 6, and then 2 for every momentum we spend after that.
So you are currently at 6 shields.
I say we spend 2 momentum to replenish shields.
Sounds good to me.
Puts you up at 10.
We'll enjoy the next ride, and then regenerate if required.
All right. You guys still don't know what happens when you have an effect. All right.
Yeah, we would like to avoid that if at all possible.
All right. Who's rolling the 5?
I'll give this one to Hagen. I'll take the last.
Okay.
Tertia is
here.
keeping a very, very close eye on the warp core, looking for the sort of instability that the Orion ship
Oh no!
encountered.
No!
Spend
momentum. I guess, yeah.
And this is where the DM reveals that when we roll an effect, Q shows up and throws us a pizza party.
God damn it.
Oh no!
All right.
Oh no!
There's still 4 more dice that need to happen.
Spend it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You re-rolled those 2. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, can we spend again?
I will allow you to spend again if you want to just re-roll the effect.
But then we'd be out of momentum and we couldn't
For
regenerate
now.
shields.
Oh wait, no, we can't. You're right. But right now, there's only 2 damage on the shields.
No, there's
Now,
5.
You re-rolled those effects. Right now, there is only 1 success, 1 effect, which means 2 damage. If we re-roll the effect and don't get damage, then we're at 1. If we get damage, we're at 2 to 3. Either way, the ship can take it.
Yeah, we don't know what happens on the effect, remember?
This might be a good time to find out, rather than completely depleting our momentum reserves right now.
Yeah.
So, you want to know what's going to happen if you roll an effect?
I don't, but I think I'm getting vetoed.
Are you sure you want to know what happens?
No, but yeah.
The most anxiety-inducing thing a GM can say. Are you sure?
Oh, I'm having so much fun. I will allow somebody to do a science roll if they feel so lucky.
I'll do it. It is a what science?
This is going to be daring science.
I'm really good at that. Yay!
Daring science, and this is going to be not only difficulty 3, but I think we're gonna go what did I say? Daring science. This will be assisted. That is reduced. Difficulty assisted by the ship's. I will say. We'll say sensor science.
Okay. That makes it a 4.
What just happened?
What?
What? Nothing yet.
Oh, okay. I must have hit a button because it just refreshed for me.
You push F5 on accident?
Must have.
Kelly, you making that roll?
Yeah, as soon as I get my character sheet back up.
Alrighty.
It was daring science.
Science Div 5, assisted
Div
by
4.
sensor science.
So we are looking at something caused by electromagnetic interference. electronic warfare focus?
I'm gonna give you a really big hint. Do you have anything on biological science?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Not a single goddamn thing.
I'm gonna say no applicable focus.
It's still still
Man.
Div 4 because of our advanced sensor suite.
Div 4.
Here I am, having to deal with one thing that I'm not so great at. Shit that's wet.
Your bones
Oh
are
my
wet.
god.
Okay, so let's see here. That's going to be... Have 15... Or 15.
Bones
Sorry,
are-
have 6 threat.
Have 15 threat? Now, 1 second.
You ready to die?
No, I don't think whether or not I'm ready matters. Is this going to be assisted by the ship?
Yes. Because that's how we get in the reduced difficulty. Sensor science. It's right there in the chat.
Everybody
Okay,
screaming
so,
outside my apartment.
So it counts as being assisted by a computer?
No.
Yes, no?
Nope.
It doesn't count as being assisted by a computer?
By the computer's system?
No. A task that involves or is assisted by a computer, including the ship's computer system.
Is that reduction of difficulty or an additional dice?
It is an additional dice. The difference is 1 threat.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
Okay, well, here we go, kids. One,
Ship coming in hot.
can't do anything about that, that
can.
complication.
You have
It was
the
a-
caution
It was a Div
Turbo.
4, and I just rolled a success. You could spend the 2 off the success to quash
You
it.
just rolled a crit.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna
Yeah.
crash?
Yeah, I'm gonna quash that.
Alright.
Coming in hot.
So, here's what you see. You detect. At first, you're holding on for dear life through this turbulence, as these bubbles sort of appear and disappear. You're heading through a band of subspace, where the the veil between space and subspace is extreme. There, you detect the bubbles directly ahead of you. Biological matter.
Do I feel anything?
I'm gonna let Kelly continue. I'm gonna let Kelly resolve this roll, and then I will answer that question.
Okay.
Biological matter.
Biological matter. Give you some things that you may know, but just to point them out. They are bubbles of subspace that are coming up. Are in the middle of deep space with vacuum. There should, any biological matter would be, destroyed immediately. This does not seem transient. Inside the pockets of subspace matter, there is instant biological matter. It seems unaffected by the conditions that are in space.
Kelly to bridge?
Go ahead.
I'm reading biological matter inside these subspace pockets.
That immediately gets Kestra's attention, and she locks eyes forward and tries to sense.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am. That's exactly what Kestra would do.
Kestra's gonna melt her
The
brain.
resignation.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and give me. Go ahead and give me insight medicine. No, this is going to be presence command. I will allow your augmented presence
it's the same
to apply
roll.
here. Yep. And then it's going to be difficulty 2.
Okay, presence command. I need to take bold command. Truly, I do. Telepathic prowess applies a focus. Hello?
Yep.
Alrighty. I'm gonna assume that very loud chirp was a yes.
Yep.
Um.
Sorry. Let me. My...
I'm gonna give you 3 threat for 2 dice, I suppose. And, I think I'm gonna hold on to my determination for now.
You said 3 threat for 2 dice?
Mm-hmm.
Am I coming in better now?
Yes, very much.
Okay, cool. I had my input sensitivity too low because of all of the I received comments on it previously. Okay, 3 threat, 2 dice.
Focus, and comp range is 2, and I have a base 1 success to this. What was the difficulty on this?
2. You get 2 successes. 2 momentum generated. The complication.
Hey guys, you're welcome for the momentum.
Bye bye, Kestra.
You gonna take it?
I'm gonna take it.
Okay. 2 seconds.
So, you're gonna need to be looking for a new first officer.
I just
Nah,
broke
it's not
this
gonna be
one
that
in.
bad right away. Just to add insult to injury, I'm gonna roll on Reese's sheet.
I don't think you're gonna die, my dude. I think you'll be okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think 5. I'm gonna make it 7.
Oh no!
I take that back.
No!
Nice
How many,
try, Megan.
I have 11. I'm just dead.
No, you're not. You take. Well, here's what happens. To answer your question, since you succeeded, the question that's probably on your mind. This is not Veronk. This is a being that you've never interacted with before. Immediately, you gain the knowledge that this is sort of race that communicates psionically, at least partially. Before what happens to you happens, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, is it one entity or many?
It's one very large entity.
That is
something that you
somehow
would know.
worse. That is somehow worse. Do I have time to communicate any of this before I am laid out flat?
I will give you one sentence to communicate to Edwards.
It's all one thing.
And that's it.
Edwards, here's what you see. You see, it's all one thing in a really high voice. Of Kestra's eyes pops out of its socket.
Oh.
A popping noise. Her nose immediately erupts blood, and she falls out of her chair.
Bridge to sickbay, a medical emergency.
And one last thing that you see, her body begins glowing a very bright blue color.
Well, I can't just leave us in this. Woodyard, is stopping going to affect the ship negatively? Answer now.
And I'm going to spend threat.
Okay. He did not answer quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what was your expectation?
That you would tell me yes or no, because he's sitting there with the math.
Materializing
I'm
as
gonna
out of
roll.
nowhere, you see. And can I change the colors of this? Yeah, give me 1 second. La 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 la. Goes around the world just. And I don't want a border on it. Sorry, everybody, just one moment. Lines.
The whole rave up in here, blue and green.
Isn't that great?
A little bit of red.
Give me. Come on, I want to get rid of the border.
Actually,
Mhm.
I think I have a thing.
Yeah.
Nope, I already used it. Never mind.
Okay. Materializing as out of nowhere, see a large, green glop of matter pop into existence. Immediately, the ship judders and shakes, and this blob begins expanding.
Oh, great. I'm going to grab Kestra and move her away from the expanding blob.
Okay, for sure. We are going to be in combat now, everybody. Just one moment here. Kestra, I will allow you to avoid the injury for 2 momentum.
I will take that.
Cool. You sit up, unable to see out of one eye, as Edwards is dragging you away from a blob that was not there to begin with. Just like a second ago.
I think Kestra is so disoriented right now. I don't think she has any real clue what's happening.
Cool.
Yeah.
We are going to be in combat and also in engineering. Something very similar happens.
Damn it, I had plans if the similar thing didn't happen.
Come on, get to engineering.
Well,
Oh, all these engineering people. That's sad. Okay, and yeah, we'll say about right there. Same sickly green color. Green. Boop. Update. No. Still solid. Great. Make it opaque. Awesome. Where are you at, Kelly? There you are. Kelly, you are at the command station, which I believe is right here, with an engineering officer standing over your shoulder watching you do what you're doing. Immediately, you sense something behind you that was not there. You hear a loud scream from the person behind you, who is immediately engulfed in this green, mucus-like ooze that seems to have some sort of structure to it on the inside. You hear a scream, like a ah, and then he immediately stops moving and becomes still, his eyes wide open as he begins to be engulfed.
She's gonna try to pull him out.
All right. One moment here. I will say that I think for right now, I will allow this one roll to happen, and then we're gonna. I allowed people to get people out of the way. This will be the last action, and then combat turns will begin. All right. So go ahead and give me fitness security.
I was worried about that.
This will be fitness security, and it is going to be opposed.
Ooh, you know what? Have 3 threat for 2 dice.
Just one moment here. Let me get some music going. Come on. Come on. Come on, you got it. Come on. Start up, buddy. Start up, you got it. I forget it. Okay. 2 dice, I'm sorry, with what?
3 threat for 2 dice.
3 threat for 2 dice. Fitness security opposed.
Oh boy. Wow, that's a terrible roll.
I'm my target number 14.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible roll with my best stats.
That is 2. There's a leg that is slowly being engulfed in this ooze. You get a quick look as you begin pulling. You see tiny, tiny little fibers on the inside of this ooze. Sort of are like cells. Slowly pulling this poor engineering crewman in. You pull, it's not coming. Okay. All right, we're going to go into combat actions right now. So, I will allow anybody who would like to go.
Can we set up a force fields around these things?
You can certainly try.
Before we do anything, I'm going to use Edwards' rally ability to generate momentum.
Okay, that'll be your turn.
Yeah. But then we have something to play with.
Alrighty.
Presence command. Sorry to cut you off there, but we need we need momentum in the pool. Not you, Rocal.
Oh, yeah.
No worries.
Presence command, difficulty 0.
Oh, and around the station, I would also say, you hear intruder alert go off.
Okay, cool. Don't really have focus for this specific thing. I am, however...
And how do you rally your crew?
It's just mean.
What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you do it?
I'm doing a very, very
Yeah.
typical GM thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I am going to rally the bridge officers, because they're the ones that can hear me, by saying, Mitchell, get the hell out of the way. Transfer all bridge commands. No, we're not going to transfer all, because I know... I don't know engineering's fucked. Because that was my plan. Yeah. Alright, fuck it. Because we got an expanding blob that's taking over all of our bridge area. Alright, fuck it. Mitchell, get the hell out of the way. Computer, transfer all commands to the engineering section. Because I don't know what's going on down.
You hear acknowledged.
And I am going to just ruin your day. I'm going to buy with threat and use my Starcross. We are going to fill this pool.
Yeah, go ahead.
So both the 9 and the 7 are crits. Actually, the 9 is not a crit, the 7 is.
Okay, so that's 4.
That's 4 momentum generated.
All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Mitchell's goes, oh, okay. And
Also, Sogrukel, you are in combat with us, which means quick to action applies. We can maintain without pain. I'm gonna use the washroom. Have fun, kids.
Okay, cool. So, have we learned if a force field could probably be put in place over these things?
that is information that you do not know.
Okay.
Sir, you can certainly try.
I have an idea. And tell me if you'll allow me to do this. We can spend 2 momentum to create an advantage, correct?
Yeah.
Security teams do have an advantage because of the drills we did, right?
Right, but what is a security team going to do against a blob?
Well, that's just one advantage we have, is kind of what I'm saying.
Well, the idea that I had was, can we create the advantage that these blobs shit, that we can I had it a second ago. Do you think that we create the advantage that because we are still traveling, we can maybe leave these blobs behind? Or something like that?
There is
I don't know,
absolutely no way that that's an advantage that you can create. There's no way.
Shit.
You
die.
just asked, hey, can I spend momentum to change the plot?
Yeah.
A lot? And I said no.
To be fair, we spend threat to change the plot a lot. It's only natural we could do it the other way.
No.
Listen.
No, I do not take your offer, as good as it was.
How about this? Can we spend 2 momentum to have the security fields come into place automatically detecting a threat?
That is not an advantage that you could create. That's certainly a task that you could do.
Okay.
To bring up security fields.
Which that would take up one of our turns, though.
It certainly would. And at this point, I am going to add 2 to threat. This is a very, very rapidly evolving situation, and we need decisive action.
All right. So do your thing.
Alright, then force fields. Let's try to do. A level. What is the highest level?
Level 10.
Level 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Level 10 force field is what they put around like warp cores when it's leaking.
Alright, well, we'll try doing level 10 force fields around this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make a. This is going to be this is going to be daring security, opposed by the ship's structure security, since you're dealing with shields. And this will be, it'll be fairly simple to erect a force field around this object. Go ahead and give it difficulty of 2.
This might be a stretch, but the Starship tactical systems comes into play.
I would allow that since you're at the tactical station.
Okay. Alright then. So, difficulty 2, you said? Alright then. You know what? I'll give you 1 thread for the bold. Why not?
Okay.
Alright, and we'll go and roll.
Alrighty, 1 momentum generated. You're up at full. You hear the telltale sound of shields coming up. Around the object. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Well, I mean, we can do a swift task if you guys want to do that.
If you'd like to swift task, it would be
What
2
would
momentum.
you do with it?
That's a fair point.
It'd have to be your swift task.
Yeah.
In
Let's
retrospect,
see.
I should have swift task and used my direct to move Sarah, but I did not.
Yeah. Does the ship have some kind of way to neutralize a threat within a force field? Like, is there a way to?
Like what? So what would you want to try to do?
I'm thinking a possible way to try to either try to shoot it, or try to neutralize the threat in some kind of way. Does the ship have that ability to do that? Within the area in that force field, a way to either shoot it or not just shoot it, but the shooting would not help a blob. Will not really do anything against this thing, probably. But thinking.
So in terms of to answer your question, I cannot think of an example where inside of a force field that is structured around a specific object inside of a room, I don't believe it's possible to change the environmental systems or to affect the thing that's inside of the force field itself.
Well,
however,
field full of gas, but that's about it.
That would be inside of a room that you have cordoned off with force fields. So, like, I don't think that there is a way to isolate environmental effects inside of one area of one specific room. Pretty much you gas a room and it's the whole room.
Right.
Or you can I can't think of an example where you can do that inside of a small force field like this situation implies.
Right.
The only one I can think of is them cordoning off the biobed one and filling it full of ammonia gas.
Yeah, but the area is designed with a vent for that reason. We'd have to have vents at every possible... You know what? We're going to have a force field right here. Get that poison vent right there. So
in this instance, I don't believe what you're doing is possible. You can certainly fill this entire area with deadly toxic gas, but it's going to be in the room, not inside just the force field.
Alright then. How about we transport it out of this damn ship? Is there a way to lock on transporters on this thing?
You can certainly attempt to initiate a site-to-site transport.
Off the ship. Transport
Yeah.
this thing off the ship.
Yeah. There's nothing
Is it-
stopping anybody from site-to-site transporting something from that's off the ship into space.
Okay.
That can be done.
In fact, I think that's easier.
Yeah. So I'll try do a swift task and try to transport this off the ship.
To let you know about a couple of things. Number one, there's a shield around the object.
Right.
Your shields on your ship are up. Those two things are removed, then you would be able to transport something from off of your ship out into space.
Okay. We would have to put down our shields then. And
That is correct. I believe the lowering and raising of the shields isn't a full action. I believe that's a minor task.
It is indeed minor.
okay. All right.
Wouldn't we be able to beam through our own shield since we know our shield frequency?
Huh.
That's a little good question.
So, my logic on it is you needed to lower your shields to transport through shields if you're transporting something from off your ship onto your ship. In my view, the same logic applies in reverse.
Well, yeah, but if a directed energy weapon can penetrate shields by matching frequencies, wouldn't it stand to reason that so could a transporter beam? At increased
Actually, yes,
risk,
that's how-
certainly.
Yeah, it would greatly increase the difficulty rate and the complication range of the transport, but sure. Make it more difficult and give it more likely that stuff is going to go wrong.
Go for it. Just roll all complications. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh gosh. Alright.
What are we doing?
Congratulations,
Alright, so-
you beamed the entity directly into Lieutenant Commander Kelly's skull.
Alright. You know what? We'll go ahead and lower the shields real quick and then transport this thing off the ship. Let's see if that works. If that doesn't
Okay.
work, we'll keep the shields up.
All right,
but-
just one moment here.
Because I don't want to have any accidents happening of like, I don't know, transporting this thing into a different place on the ship or something, which is not my intention.
Let me just take a look at my notes here really quickly. Just one moment.
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and... So this is going to be... They're not on a pad. You're transporting them off of a pad. However, it's not... It's not necessarily a target beam into a place. So I'm going to say that slightly easier if you're just throwing it out willy-nilly into the depths of space. You've lowered the shields, so I will allow you to do this. Be control engineering. Difficulty of normally it would be 4. I'm increasing that to 5.
Okay.
And increasing the complication range to 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yikes. Alright. Engineering is not my best task. It's not my best score. Okay. So...
Okay, while we do have a plan to move forward, because you don't have to do it, you haven't even spent the momentum yet to Swift Task.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's what the task would be at this point.
I would finish up your turn, see what the fuck happens, and then let an engineer handle that. We're about to find out if the force field can work at all. Because if the force field can work, maybe we can talk to the blob. I mean, Kestra tried, and well,
Right. Alright. We'll see what happens. And do you guys say I should use my determination or no?
no, like just wait out. Don't waste
Don't.
momentum on
Don't.
the swift task on
Okay.
a very difficult roll.
So we'll just go ahead and just leave it in the force fields then. Is there anything else you guys want to do then?
Unless you swift task, that is going to be my turn.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want me to do?
No.
All right. That is our turn, GM.
Okay. One moment here. So,
Love it. Half
Here's
of
what
us are
happens.
engineering, half of us are in the bridge.
the blob, you see that it momentarily resists against your shield. I'm going to spend threat.
No one else is on the bridge. You didn't activate that scene.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. 4, 5, 6. The blob will expand. You see the shield completely fails. I will allow, as I'm sort of pulling from D&D a little bit, but I don't really care. Go ahead and give me, as a reaction, a dexterity saving throw. Go ahead and give me fitness, either fitness or daring security. Difficulty of 2.
I assume this is Sarah.
As this is Sarah, this is Kestra, and this is yourself.
Okay. We'll start with Sarah. I want daring security, evasive as a focus.
Daring security, evasive as a focus, I will take, yeah.
Okay. Seeing as she was given the heads up on it, she's just gonna dive over the console.
Okay.
Away from it. And because she will go airborne, I would like to cite her new value of precision in flight, grace in duel.
I'd allow it.
I'm sorry, I wanted it. Okay. Kestra can't
Is this
run.
another activation?
No. This is... She's activated for the entire mission now. Like, once we get back to the star base, she's good to roll forever. And she's gonna... What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
Okay, difficulty 2. I've got a crit. So yeah, no point in buying anything.
Okay. Yeah, you dive right over the thing, and you have 4 floating momentum.
Which she can't really spend, because it would be cheatsy doodle.
Okay, a 4 float goes away. That leaves same roll for Kestra. Let's do Kestra next.
You said daring security?
Either fitness or daring.
Okay, I'll do daring, I suppose.
And now, I am helping her. Literally, I said I picked her up and grabbed her and drug her with me. Does that mean I assist?
That means you can roll, but you're gonna roll with increased complication.
So I can't get an assist on this?
No, you're fine. This is Edwards is going to roll for both of you.
Can I assist him?
No, I'm taking the roll because I literally moving you.
Yeah, he's holding you in his arms.
Yeah.
So no.
Because you can't do a fitness or daring.
I'm not particularly great
Just a second.
at those.
I accidentally closed the game.
Oh my god.
That's rare.
A lot of stuff is happening, okay?
That's fun. So this is Daring security,
Da-da-da-da.
diff 2, comp 2,
Yep.
but I am actually going to spend threat.
That's fair.
Apologies.
I'm
It's now
carrying
just
90 whole pounds with me.
It's diff 4,
Hey, she is a solid 120.
comp 3. I'm sorry.
When carrying a 20-pound weight.
Daring security,
Alright.
diff 4, comp 4.
Daring security, diff 4, comp 4. None of that's going to work. Don't have a focus, don't have a determination to use. Am, however, going to buy diff 4. Wow, okay. I'm going to buy one with threat, one with momentum, the second with threat.
Yep.
And cite the value first through the door. I literally picked her up and bride carried her away.
First through the door for me says that you're going towards
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah, I know.
So definitely not.
Yeah, just then I'm
You
going. Yeah, no value. I got it.
don't
Alright.
have any value that could assist here?
Nah, I don't need it.
Alright. Is that comp? Is that a comp?
Yeah, that is a comp. I didn't change the comp. So I'll spend a quash.
Alright. You feel.
Okay, sorry, I don't
a
have to spend a quash. It was bold security.
So go ahead and roll.
That's better.
Perfect.
5 successes. Come along, Kestra.
You feel for a very small moment the goop sort of touch the back of your where your Achilles is on your foot. A very small part of it grazes your skin. You feel. Have you ever would Edwards ever have like swam in the ocean on Earth?
Probably.
And yeah, you remember when you were a really little kid? You got stung by a jellyfish. That's what happens to you.
Okay, left or right side?
Your right leg. The pain goes away
Yeah.
almost immediately, but you're like, oh god, that actually hurt. It's like it almost hurt so much.
Did this
Okay.
thing spread beyond the security field? It just passed right through it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking anything energy related is probably not really best to use on this thing. Because I'm thinking it might expand base. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you. I'm just talking to myself thinking.
I'm thinking that this thing feeds on energy. Because it expanded to greater extent when that force field was put up. It's a possibility that it was feeding up on that.
Can we have Woodyard do a scan and see what he can find out about this, and if there is a way to stop it?
Hold that thought. Come on, mouse.
Scans and kind of bit.
Come on.
In space we can, but you should back around.
Come on.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
My mouse.
Oh
seriously
no,
goes
no,
away.
because there's no oxygen in space.
Or nitrogen. Or
All
hydrogen.
right, give me just 1 second, everybody.
That's fine. Alright, well, he can't take threat for us lollygagging. Alright, so we think energy might feed it. Engineering, what do you got?
Are you calling her over the
No,
intercom?
He
No, we're
can't stop
asking
us.
you.
Claire.
He's unfucking his mouse, so he can't take threat for us lollygagging, so now's the time to talk.
Okay. I was just gonna try to beam the poor crewman directly to sickbay.
Oh yeah.
No, okay, but any theories on how to deal with this thing now?
And not at the moment. I don't think we know enough about it to really take any steps. We need to figure out what the fuck we're dealing with before we figure out how to deal with it. One will inform
Right.
the other.
Exactly. That's why I was saying Woodyard needed to take a scan. Is Kestra still glowing blue? Is the question.
And Kestra, you should be over here with me, where it's safe.
Oh yes. Just one eye dangling.
Yep. Just want to poke it back in. Where's that medical emergency team? I called them all of like 6 seconds ago.
Not even. Fuck, this is bad. This is real bad, guys.
Oh, guys, let's find out what happens. We didn't have to.
We didn't.
We still have an hour to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know that if we had run out of momentum, the very next roll would have been all effects.
I wasn't going to let us do the next roll without generating momentum.
How?
Rally.
He probably would have charged us a momentum to do that.
Fair, but we can still just find out something, I'm sure. Anyway, he's run out of threats, so there's not much more he can do.
Don't say
Never
that.
say that. Jesus
not here.
Christ, that's like saying at least it's not raining, or it couldn't get any worse.
We're saying it sure is quiet in an ER.
Hey, look, I'm not the one sustaining the injuries right now. I'm taking this as a win.
Oh God, how you've done it.
Somewhere in the 2:45, 3-hour mark. So how's everyone doing?
I'm pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
I
was
kind of
thinking-
forgot that, like, Neil Gaiman seems to spend a remarkably large amount of his time on Tumblr.
Of course he does.
Oh yeah.
And I love that one of the running jokes is he will reply to things saying, Neil Gaiman doesn't have social media, sorry. Someone asked him if he had seen the Good Omens parody, which he had posted repeatedly about, and shown pictures showing that he was involved in, with Neil Gaiman doesn't have social media, so I guess we'll never know.
Like, his social media presence is always great. But I love when they announce season 2 of Good Omens and someone's like, but they already did the entire story. What are they going to do? Make it up? And he's like, yes, that's how we wrote the first one.
Right? I mean, how do you think writing works?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Sorry about that.
You will be. We came up with a plan.
Okay. The term falls to you.
We would like Woodyard to take a scan of this thing and see if there's any way to, stop it.
Okay.
I'm
Flex the
thinking it might
remaining
be
teal shirt.
chill shirt. What?
He's, well, The Voyager style was more teal than blue.
Ah.
And if he has a value that he can spend here, let's find out.
Yeah.
Never
enough.
leave a puzzle unsolved?
Yeah. Is that what you want him to spend his turn on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who takes geology? It's the Kardashian of sciences.
Nice Big Bang Theory reference.
Yeah, it is actually. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, go ahead
It's the
and
only good joke they had.
truly bazinga. Go ahead and roll a.
We can't.
This will be reason science. Actually, no. This is happening in combat, so this is daring science. He has. No applicable focuses. Nothing xenobiology related.
Let's spend one of his milestones and change geology to xenobiology.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do that.
You certainly cannot do that. All right, so
Even
this,
if we could,
can I
that'd
assist
be
in that
pretty
scan?
dickish of us.
Oh,
to
yeah.
do.
if you would like to assist, that will be your turn to assist.
Besides, that geology focus might come in handy soon.
I know.
Yeah, if we live. Let me see something real quick. Don't think I have anything. Oh, here.
This would be a daring science roll difficulty. Since this is a new being that he has never encountered before, this will be increased difficulty. So this will be difficulty of. And what was the question that you want him to answer?
Is there a way to stop this thing from expanding?
Yeah, that'll be. That's a pretty vague question. So I would say difficulty of 3.
I'd say it's pretty specific if you're going, but alright.
Apply with bold.
Okay. Up to how many?
Well, we're already getting a crit. So, 2 threat for another dice. So that's 3 dice and a crit.
Yeah, because we
think
want
that's
float
enough?
momentum for him to science questions.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
And his untapped potential, we might.
Oh my!
Oh, come
dear
on,
God.
Woodyard, you suck.
He said, we're gonna re-roll one of those 20s at least. Jesus Christ.
Can we use a?
Well, that's 3 successes, so we succeeded, and
There's
Quash the
complications still.
quash the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right before you give us the info, roll a challenge die so we can see if we can take that threat away for his untapped potential.
I was about to say that.
Hey.
That's lucky.
All right.
Technically, shouldn't it be 2 since we spent 2 threat?
The character succeeds at a task that they bought with additional dice with either threat or momentum, they roll a delta. The character receives bonus momentum equal to the roll, and adds 1 point of threat if an effect is rolled. Damn it, Woodyard!
Cool. Thanks for calling that out. Great. So this will be. Yeah. The ensign says. It appears to be some sort of macro. I guess the term would be macro-gelatinous life form. There appear to be There appear to be
Spit it out, Woodyard!
Nidaria inside of the. That's Nidaria spelled Cnidaria. They have some sort of cells on the inside that are stinging, similar to, I believe, an earth jellyfish.
Yeah, I know. Move along.
Quickly!
They, I'm sorry. This is a unknown species that I've never dealt with before. I would love to study it. It appears to be expanding at a rather quick rate. That's
Instant
about.
spit it out before I freaking shoot you.
Is there? That's all that he gets on a scan.
Wait, we asked specifically, is there a way to stop it?
He communicates to you in his very, very Woodyard way that he lacks data.
Can we spend momentum to get more data?
You can spend momentum to ask more questions about the entity.
Before we do that, we would like to ask our free question as a science officer.
Okay.
Go ahead, nerds.
Is there anything that this entity would be vulnerable to?
Good question. The the tricorder. You sense that this being, and you've already observed the being unharmed initially by vacuum. It appears to be rather absorbent in terms of temperature. You would need to conduct further studies to see if it was vulnerable to any toxin or any other pathogen. Appears to be temperature and vacuum resistant. And yeah, that's what you get out of that. You do not detect any vulnerabilities.
Jesus Christ. I'm at a loss, truly. I feel like we're in a scenario that it is just impossible to win.
I will tell you that I will tell you one weakness that it has. I didn't add that, needed to be rephrased in my head as a weakness, but appears to be absorbing and expanding around most things in a broad sense, but you can see in like the corners here, like between the chairs, between some of the gaps and the cracks, that it's not vacuum tight against all of the surfaces. It appears to not have the ability to expand into something that is narrow, and it likes big open spaces and not closed tight spaces.
I just had a really bad idea.
Jeffrey's tubes, go.
Yeah, Jeffrey's tubes.
Honestly, a closed door will do it.
Yeah.
Can we transport it into a turbo lift that is currently closed?
You could certainly try.
We haven't tried transporting it yet. We'll have to pay to
Yeah,
maintain. Give the turret
we
to an
haven't
engineer.
tried that yet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Any other
So-
questions you want to ask about the entity?
Not for momentum when we're about to spend it.
Here's an idea of what we could do. Maybe even possibly next try. Is we can try to somehow be able to put a nerve toxin into that thing.
My other idea was putting a hand phaser to overload and just tossing it in.
No, that would be a really bad idea. I don't believe it wouldn't really do anything to it.
Why not? Massive concussive force.
It would destroy the ship for one, but
How,
two,
Answer?
well, it wouldn't destroy the ship, but it would probably
it
kill
wouldn't
everyone
even destroy the
here.
room.
It would destroy it would kill people here. But
See,
I
that's
don't
why you get out
believe
after you throw it.
I don't believe the blast will do anything to that blob, is the thing.
We have no evidence to support that it wouldn't.
Let's just try the transport first, and then if that doesn't work, we can resort to blowing things up. How about that?
So either Hagen or Kelly still have a turn.
Kelly, please. Can Hagen do a kind of a direct thing?
Direct is reserved for the person who is in command in the scene, so that means it would only be the captain.
Right. I'm not talking about an actual direct action. I just mean communicate to Kelly that she needs to do a thing.
Yeah.
This is Hagen to engineering. There's a thing on this bridge. I need you to transport it into a turbolift. Please, now.
There's a thing down here, and it's got one of my people, Kestra!
Teleport them both into small, narrow spaces. Something enclosed.
And we cut down to engineering.
Searcha turns, plants her hand on the console.
One moment. Something happened on the previous turn for this organism as well. Just one moment.
Oh dear.
Well, what would they share a turn?
Yeah, this is one entity, guys.
Aha!
Yeah,
we have
it's
more
all
information.
one thing. No, that was at the beginning. Remember, Kestra said it's all one thing.
I know. Just teasing him.
So, Kelly, this would have already happened, but please give me a fitness or daring security roll. Will be
Daring I can do.
difficulty of 2 to dodge out of the way of the expanding mass.
Okay, I will give you a threat for 1 dice.
Alrighty.
That's a problem. I'd like to spend a milestone to re-roll.
I believe you still have a determination that you can use.
Yeah,
Unless
you
spent
spend
it
you
already.
spend the milestones to refill the pool, basically.
Okay, I suppose I'll cite improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah. That.
Okay, so I cite that to re-roll the roll, right?
To re-roll any number of dice in your pool.
Okay, I will re-roll the 19 and the 15.
Sounds good.
That's 2. I'll take it.
Ready? You.
And
which
then
way,
I'll
which way are
spend
you
a.
diving?
Say again.
Which way are you gonna dive?
She will dive over here.
Alrighty. And I'm sorry, I cut you off. What did you say?
And then I will refill my determination by spending a thingy.
I believe that you need to wait and I know that it's a technicality, but you have to wait until you need to for a task. I don't think you can do that at will.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you have to cite the reason, the situation you earned the milestone applies to
Okay.
now.
Could you blink me the sheet where all that shit's written down?
I can definitely do that.
Thank you, because I do not remember that shit.
It's in the pinned messages under the crew progression. Marvel. That's me.
I do, and I greatly respect and appreciate how helpful you are.
For sure, I do not pay attention to a lot of that stuff. He definitely organizes it a lot, and I rely on him a lot.
Shersha will yell to everyone to keep their distance from it.
Just one moment, everybody. There is one there's one engineering officer who needs to make a roll. Their target number is, I believe, as standard is 12. Would you like this random engineering person to? I'm sorry, these two random engineering people to add dice to their pool, or do you want them to just roll straight?
What are their stats? Like, how good are these engineering people?
Yeah.
Their target number is 12.
I think they can add a dice each
All right.
as a treat.
Nope. Other way. Momentum or threat?
Threat.
All right. One's good. And both of them are good. You see the one that was already engulfed just gets sucked further into the center.
Okay, yeah, nope.
What? It is your turn, Kelly.
Okay. Hand on console, direct neural interface, all that fun stuff. I want to see it. I need to do a site-to-site transport. I want to beam these things into an unused crew quarters.
Okay. Into an. Are you doing one or both of them?
Both.
Okay. Those are two site-to-site transports. So that is. And then, are you going to be transporting this one with the guy still in it?
No, I want to isolate him from it, and only transport the mass.
So this is base difficulty 2, not on a pad to not on a pad 4 for each plus. Yeah. So this is gonna be a doozy. So this is going to be control engineering, difficulty of 7, complication range 3. Two large and amorphous blobs that are new to the transporter system, as well as trying to isolate a humanoid from outside of one of these for one of the blobs. That adds up to that.
Okay, so...
And this is assisted by ships, computers, engineering.
I believe she has advantage engineering department, as she is performing an engineering task from engineering.
Hell yeah. Which does what?
Advantage engineering department. It's whatever we need it to.
You can do that for two things. You can use that to reduce the difficulty or reduce the complication range.
I will reduce the complication range. Is it being increased? I'm assuming yes, because I'm trying to isolate the guy.
I mean, it's difficulty 7, comp 3 is what your roll is.
Okay, so
Normally, so that would be it would be diff 7, comp 2 then.
diff 7. I will actually decrease the difficulty to difficulty 6.
Okay.
And she is going to think back to the early warbird gets the wormhole. And if I'm remembering what mission that is properly, she was with Reese on that mission.
Yes, she was.
And she does not want to lose another crew member.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
And I will cite teamwork makes the dream work, because this dude is part of her team. He is part of her crew. His life is her responsibility, and she is not going to just sit there and let him get absorbed by fucking a gelatinous cube from the wrong fucking genre.
And if that doesn't work, Kestra did give her the idea for transporting it into a small space.
I'll
It's
allow
also
it.
teamwork.
Okay, so this is going to be... what engineering?
Control.
Okay. Control engineering. I'm being assisted by a computer. I will give you 2 threat for a dice. And because I'm using a determination, that maxes out my available dice. Assuming I did the math right.
Yes. So you're gonna do 4 with a value spend.
Yeah. I don't really have a focus for this. Oh, that...
Let me take a look. Let me take a look. See if I can't help you out a little bit here.
Yeah, I need a focus if I'm going to.
Computers? Because you're doing this on the fly from a computer that's not meant to be for it to be done from?
No, this is gonna require a transport focus.
Oh.
Is there any way to get temporary focuses?
For other people, yes. For you, no.
Actually, do you have the determination spend table somewhere?
Yeah, it's in the references. Is it? Momentum cover. Apparently not. I feel like I have it somewhere.
Yeah, we'll say that. No.
Can you spend one of your milestones to replace one of your focuses?
Not now.
Yeah, not on the fly like this.
What if we spent momentum as well?
No.
Oh.
I think we're signed, sealed, and delivered right now. Make your roll.
I have to succeed at all 4 of these dice.
Honestly, you guys have done way more intense shit than this, so.
87. Page 87.
Please tell me page 87 says something useful.
Might. Perfect opportunity gives you the die. Moment of inspiration lets the reroll. Surge of activity. May perform another task as soon as this one is resolved. And then make it so character immediately creates advantage. So, you can add the die, which we already did. Moment of inspiration for the reroll option. And then the other 2 are basically a swift task or an advantage creation.
Yeah, so no.
All right.
Make a roll, Kelly.
I can re-roll that 16.
Yep. And my count, it needs to be a crit. Needs to be a 1.
Well,
So, and unfortunately, that is
No.
also a complication.
we still need the ship to roll, and is there any other way to get re-rolls?
There's the determination, which you already spent.
Yeah.
So, we are waiting on the Guan Yu to roll an assist with whatever I said the assist roll was.
Sensors or computers?
Yeah, computers engineering.
Computers engineering. Focus. 1.
Don't you have something that can re-roll the ship, which is separate than your bolt?
Yes, I do. Re-roll it. And let's pray.
How many successes do you need?
2.
Crit.
Oh. Wait. No, nothing.
That's worse.
Ooh. That is, by my count, 2 complications.
Yep.
So, this currently, as it sits right now, is a critical failure. You do have 4 momentum that you can use to quash those 2 complications.
I think we gotta.
I say we quash 1.
You're gonna lose a crew member if you do that.
Yeah, but I might lose more if we have a completely empty momentum table.
Alright.
Alright, so you're quashing 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's what happens. This is still a critical failure. We're going to cut to the bridge. The blob on the bridge immediately expands once again.
This thing is expanding at an incredibly fast rate.
The one on the... Ooh, how mean do I want to be? The blob in engineering, some of it transports away. The crewman is left in the middle of this blob. With your future is uncertain, with red alert and intruder alert sirens blaring, with the crew and the ship once again in immediate danger, we're gonna end tonight.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I knew that's what you were gonna say, but still, you son of a bitch!
So, thank you everybody for staying and watching or staying and playing with me. My players, I certainly do appreciate it. Please take a look.
Hey Tyler. Hey Tyler.
Hey, what's up?
I love you like a brother. Go fuck yourself.
Christ, every other week, it's like the best of both worlds, all over again.
Oh. I do appreciate these wonderful patients. And hey, this is gonna require some science.
Hear that, Ensign Fuck Up? I mean, Woodyard?
Anyway, thank you so much for everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the stars. All right. So,